We are democratizing financial access for everyone. And today I want to tell you guys about the MVP that the team has been working on for the past couple weeks. So jumping right into it, we've got the XOR minimal viable product here. And you'll see we have a quick login using UPort for authentication. And now you'll see we come to the markets page. So on the markets page represents loans that can be used on the XOR protocol. Now we've got requests and offers, some that are in the lending period, some that are in settlement, and of course the so we're going to go ahead and create a new market. So usually the request period would be in days. We're doing it in minutes because of course this is for the MVP and we want to be able to test this fairly quickly. So we'll set the request period to 2 minutes, loan period to 2 minutes, settlement period to 2 minutes, and the risk constant. So the risk constant is used within markets to determine like the average riskiness of a specific market. So of course, that used with the trust score will be used to determine the interest rate of a specific borrower. So for example, if I have a higher risk constant, then on average everyone will have a higher interest rate, and vice versa for a lower risk constant. So we're going to go with a nice risk constant of 3. We're going to go ahead and create the market. Great, so MetaMask pops up. We go ahead and create the market. It's loading for a second here, and we'll see it just popped up here. So you can see the request period will be lasting for 1 minute and 50 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and offer a loan, and this is all in Ethereum, of course. So I'm going to be offering a loan for 10 ETH, and it's going to submit that. And we'll see here in a second, it'll pop up showing that 10 ETH has been deposited. Perfect. So now we'll go ahead and change accounts. So we will change to another account. This will be our borrower account. And we'll go in here and we will go ahead and request a loan. So let's say we request a loan for 5 Ethereum. Got about 1 minute 15 seconds left. And there we go, loading. Now if we go back to markets, we'll see that the number of borrowers went up. The amount requested was 5. Say, how about we do one more borrower just for the fun of things. And here we go. Go back to market. Request a loan. We'll request it for 2 Ethereum this time. So there we go. It goes through. It'll be loading here for a second. About 40 seconds left. Just loading. And this one seems to be taking longer than usual. So let's just check that one out real quick. There we go. So it went through. You can see here that the market pool is 7. Of course, there was 10 that was actually offered to lend. The amount that they're actually lending is 7, since the total here is, of course, 7 Ethereum that's being lent. So, for example, if another lender came along, they wouldn't be able to lend anymore. And of course, if another borrower came along, they'd be able to take from this pool here. So this is going to end here in 6 seconds. I'll be able to check out the lending period. All right. So we should probably demo another user creating a market. There we go. Cool. All right. So now we can see that our original market actually moved into the lending period. So if we, since we're on the borrower account right now, we can go check here the percentage of the market for each borrower, as well as the offers. We can go to the dashboard here, and we can withdraw the requested. So we requested 2 ETH, repayment, an interest rate of 15%. So we can withdraw this, and see we're at 99.9 Ethereum, and now we are at 101.9. There we go. So that was withdrawn, and we'll go on the other account, and we'll go to the dashboard once again, and we will withdraw that as well. So there we go. So now we can see that this user has 104.9, so they withdrew 5 Ethereum. So the way that was calculated was using a very basic interest calculator that the team created. and that was used along with the trust score of the specific user here. So the trust score of this user is 20, and the risk constant is 3. Now, the beauty of XOR is in the future version, you'll be able to actually program in different interest calculations and trust score calculations, allowing the entire platform to be programmable. So in a second here, we're going to see the entire thing actually go to the next stage in 7 seconds. In the meantime, why don't we create another market to keep these populating through. Okay, risk constant of 2, awesome. All right, so what we'll see now is that our original market that we're dealing with has moved into the settlement period. So the settlement period is when the borrowers are expected to pay back the loans that they've received. If we go to the dashboard, we can of course repay it, 15% interest rate. You see here it's 5.7 ETH, and we'll go ahead and submit that. Great. And then we'll go to the other account, and we'll go ahead and repay that as well. And there we are. Perfect. So now if we go and check out the market, we'll see that within here, the amount repaid was 5.75, and the amount repaid here was 2.29, and now the amount that's collectible for the lender is 8.04. So they made around 15% on the specific lend, and which is great. Now, a question might be, how do you stop? We got 37 seconds left in this period. How do you stop defaults on the platform itself? Of course, you have to make sure that there's a large difficulty involved if the person does default. In future iterations of this, there'll be a margin requirement for each loan that goes into the platform. So say a 20% margin requirement, and some of those will actually be using the XOR token, which will be described in the white paper. So just 9 seconds here. In the last period, the lender will actually be able to withdraw their money. They'll be able to collect all of it. So we'll go back, and let's just keep, why don't we just keep populating these markets. There we go. And we'll see now, all these markets there, settlement, and we're now in the collection period. So we can go to our original account, and we can go ahead and go to the dashboard, and you can see that earlier we would have been able to, as a lender, actually transfer the excess, but we can of course collect the money from this transaction. We can see here that the transaction is going through. Let me see that profile. Let's see here. There we go. So our money was just returned at a 15% interest rate, and you can see, of course, that the remaining 3 Ethereum are still in here and can be transferred as excess. Now, within the platform itself, every element of this, from identity to social staking to risk mitigation to interest rate calculation, trust score, will all be programmable. So when people first create markets, they'll be able to program those elements and use it within the platform. This MVP shows a basic demo of all the elements actually working together, and which is fantastic. So that's a quick demo of the XOR platform MVP. If you guys are interested in looking at any more information of XOR, we of course have our white paper, which is available on the website xor.finance/whitepaper.pdf. And of course, be sure to check out our GitHub repo, which has the smart contracts for this entire MVP, as well as more docs as well. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment in the section below. Thank you guys for watching. This is XOR, and thanks for watching.